there's no talkback, right?
Well, yeah, that's the cough button, right?
Right.
Push that, they can't hear you.
Did that work? Mark? Paul? Anybody?
Was I talking too fast? I might have been talking too fast.
Well, you might have rushed a little bit because. Okay.
I felt like I was talking a little fast.
Mm.
Man, oh man.
No kidding.
Great work, Dave. You saved me. That was going to be my first solo dolo job.
All right, so wait a second. Here we go. Pre-game reads. It's now time for the keys to the match presented by My City Ride. See how much you'll save when you scoot. And this is turn possession into scoring chances, limit chances created by Nashville strikers. You got that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember Mensa, Rios. Okay. How many goals does Brandon Allen have? Do you know?
6, I believe.
He's not, but Elliott.
Oh, sorry. Brandon Allen on our team has 0 goals. He has no goals.
Collier's got 5 goals.
Yes, Collier's our leading scorer.
See, this is where I get so irritated that they never update stats. Can you go on that website and see any kind of stuff here?
Yes. We're going USL Championship.
Where's that rundown? You got the rundown. Can I see that rundown real quick?
Which one? This one?
This one right here.
That one? Yeah, go ahead.
So we rejoin. Start with the away teams in their lineup. Then home teams. Nashville coach, which is Gary Smith in his second year.
Where's our starters tonight?
Keys to the match. Okay. And then the start of the game. Penny looks nervous.
Yeah, he was having a good time earlier. He was dancing and fake playing the guitar, or maybe he was actually playing it. I wouldn't be surprised if he could actually play it. He can do everything now.
I just went over this with Pranica, too. I picked up the game September 24th against Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Dude, he's hyping him up. This is more animated than I've seen Penny in a while.
So the subs tonight, by the way. Jeff Caldwell's back?
He's been back.
Muhammad, Uccello, Pratzer, Paul, and Graf. Finally, a beautiful night for soccer in Memphis. The Battle of I-40. This is where it begins. Memphis has not played in a week. They're eager to see what they can do against their rival. They've gathered at AutoZone. They're ready for this battle in the USL Championship East. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Woloshin along with J.J. Greer. Last time we were together, my friend, it was raining, and it was raining hard in Charleston. An hour and 40 minutes later, no game whatsoever. What's it like? You haven't played now in a while, and here's a very good team in Nashville you're up against.
Yeah, Dave, I've said it time and time again. These guys are pros. They'll be used to, schedule changes and postponements and stuff like that. If anything, it allows them another week yet to train and prepare for a really good Nashville soccer club.
And the last time they played was a pretty good game. Memphis hung around for a while. Later in the game, Nashville got a couple. 2-0 was the score. What do you expect? And let's start with their featured player, Daniel Rios. He is prolific. He's already scored 11 goals.
Yeah, what a fantastic player Daniel Rios is. Nashville Soccer Club's first MLS signing. You see him right here with a highlight reel volley against Louisville City FC. He's an incredible player. Already has 11 goals this season, on pace for another 20-goal season. The young Mexican striker is a fantastic player, and he's definitely a player that you'll want to watch closely tonight.
He's already been the first signee, I guess, for MLS. If Memphis is to score, and they've got to against this team, it comes down to their big forward up front, Elliot Collier. He had that hat trick a game ago.
Yeah, we'll feature Elliot Collier again this week, and rightfully so. The hat trick, as you said, Dave, against Hartford Athletic, just gave Hartford Athletics defense just absolute fits as you see him just weaving and diving in between defenders. You see on this play right here, Elliot Collier, Lionel Messi-esque on the run as he beats basically the entire Hartford Athletic team and slots it home with his left foot. Elliot Collier was Week 18 Team of the Week and Player of the Week, and Memphis 901 FC will need him to step up big tonight.
And you just saw why. Joy, hopefully, in Memphis tonight. University of Memphis Tiger basketball coach Penny Hardaway getting ready. He's going to smash the guitar as we get set for Nashville and Memphis. Let's take a look at the lineups for this game. We start with Nashville 8-5 and 5 in 6th place in the East. And look for number 14 up front on the left side. That's Rios.
Daniel Rios, I said it before, he's an incredible player, an incredible striker in the USL Championship. In my opinion, one of the best strikers in the USL Championship.
The Memphis 901 FC 3-8-5, now 15th place, 9 points away because of the inaction from a playoff spot. They go with Levine again in goal. Brandon Allen, the new scorer. They've got Kunga in this lineup up front too. This is a more potent offensive grouping.
I think it's all about Elliot Collier and Brandon Allen up top tonight. I think they're going to need to score 1 or 2 goals, maybe even a piece, if they're going to want to have a shot at getting 3 points against Nashville tonight.
Here are your 901 keys to the match presented by My City Rides. See how much you'll save when you scoot.
So our first one is turn possession into scoring chances. I think, you have Adam Najim, Cam Lindley, and Dan Metzger in the center of the park. They're more than capable of dominating the midfield with their possession, and they need to find Elliot Collier and Brandon Allen in good spots to be able to score. Our next one, limit chances created by Nashville strikers. You can do that by keeping possession and shifting defensively as a team.
Tim O'Queen, the coach of 901 FC, and again, he faced Gary Smith earlier in the year. It was a good game. 2-0. This Nashville team likes to use physicality, and they can counter quickly.
Yeah, they're a big physical team with a lot of speed up top with Alan Wynn and Daniel Rios. So it's going to be a big test for 901 FC.
There's Gary Smith in his second year at the helm of Nashville, a team that will be in MLS in just another season. In yellow tonight, the 901 in their home dark blue jerseys. And the referees tonight, Alejandro Marcico, the referee, Walter Heatherly and Eric Wood are your assistants. Benjamin Meyer is your fourth referee. There's Josh Morton, and the problem has not been defense, that's for sure, for the 901 FC. It has been scoring goals. They've made acquisitions here, and let me correct myself, these are green jerseys. Through that haze, it looked navy blue.
Yeah, we have the third kit tonight. They're the Terminix green third kit tonight as we kick off. It's a good-looking green jersey. I really like it.
Almost makes me think it's March, and we got a little St. Patty's Day going on here.
Well, we do have Silky O'Sullivan's the patch on the sleeve, so also got to give a big shout out to them.
And there is Ewan Grandison, looking fitter than ever before.
Yeah, he's a unit at right back, getting another start at right back. I thought he had a great game at right back against Hartford Athletic, so it's good to see him hold down that spot.
Grandison clears it away momentarily.
Clearance there by Jacob Hauser-Ramsey. He's going to have his hands full tonight marking Daniel Rios. You see he's right next to him, especially in the box. You don't want to give him an inch of space because this guy he'll shoot from anywhere and he can score from anywhere.
Taylor Washington puts it into play.
It's good ball movement there, but better defense from 901 FC.
And Metzger nearly cleared. Now here's a chance, and Levine's got a scamper and comes up with the ball.
It's great tracking from Ewan Grandison, not letting Libo Maloto get an inch of space in there, cut off his run perfectly, and allowed Scott Levine to come corral that ball.
Look at that time for Brandon Allen.
It's Brandon Allen facing his former club tonight, I think, as he gets a touch here. First touch goes astray, but
little shove from behind there.
Yeah, I think if 901 FC wants to get 3 points tonight, which obviously they do, I think they're going to need Brandon Allen to get on the score sheet tonight, or at least create chances.
We mentioned physicality. You could see that from Liam Doyle just a little bit ago. There's their scorer, and he's good. 11 goals already. That is primary focus for Tim Mulqueen.
Oh yeah, Daniel Rios along with Rapapa Mensah up top.
Mensah scored in the first game, and that one goes all the way through.
Yeah, not a good luck there from Kosuke Kamira with on his left foot, on his weaker foot. Whips that ball into the box. Unfortunately for Nashville FC, nobody gets on the end of it, but Nashville so far looking dangerous attacking forward.
The 2 goals scored in that game earlier in the year, Matt LaGrassa, who's not playing, and then Mensa, you just saw with an attempt there.
Yeah, I think Matt LaGrassa picked up a knock last week against Louisville City FC, and Cameron Lancaster, another really good striker for Nashville FC, also picked up a knock against Louisville. So Mensa gets the start tonight, but he's also an extremely talented player and a very dangerous player.
Patience by 901 FC. They'll play it back to Levine. Good crowd on hand. A little later starting game than usual. Folks still settling in, though.
Yeah, I think weather might come into play in this game. You know, you said it's a little later than a normal start, but it was extremely hot even at 6:30. As see the counter here from Nashville.
And this is Wynn.
It's well done from Cam Lindley to track back. You see he's much deeper defensively in this game. Usually he'll be a little bit further up the field, you know, to be involved in the attack. But I think, you know, head coach Tim Mulqueen wants him to be aware of that talented Nashville FC strike force, and he might be sitting a little deeper this game to pay attention more to his defensive duties.
Well, when you really think about it, the acquisitions made, you know, as the season had already begun in Lindley, in Groff, in Allen, and Kunga, all of them are pretty offensive minded.
They're very offensive minded and that's exactly what the team needed. You know, at the beginning of the season, you know, first 4 or 5 games were very good defensive performances, but there just wasn't a lot in the attack. And part of that is, you know, just spending more time together, but a part of it too could just be getting maybe a little bit more quality. And you know, head coach Tim Mulqueen and Andrew Bell and Craig Unger, they went out and found the players and made the signings.
Washington on that delivery in. And that is off of Nashville.
So right now in the first 5 minutes of this game, Nashville definitely with most of the possession in 901 FC's defensive third. You can see the pressure that they're putting on Adam Najum and Dan Metzger and Brandon Allen. Whenever they get their foot on the ball in the Nashville half, there's 3 or 4 guys just swarming them. So far, great defensive pressure from Nashville.
Some of you may be wondering, where is Mark Birch? The answer is accumulation of yellow cards. He would have missed the game in Charleston. He misses this one. Once you get 5 yellow cards, you got to sit out.
Yep, you got to sit out, and that's another reason why, you know, that postponement was not maybe the best news for 901 FC. Is I know Mark Birch and the home crowd would have wanted him to feature in this game, and of course he would have made a big difference. But I think Jacob Hauser Ramsey and Josh Morton back there are more than capable of putting in a good performance.
And here is the very dangerous Rios.
You saw Rios juggling the ball while asking for a handball. Pretty good skill by him, but I thought great defense by Josh Morton. What a ball from Cam Lindley.
And here comes Collier.
Ooh.
And a pretty quick shot just wide.
Yeah, that's a great ball from Cam Lindley, finding Elliot Collier in his stride with those long, lanky strides. Really good defense from Kamura there, not to allow Elliot Collier to cut inside as he did time and time again against Hartford Athletic. Elliot, you know, he pulled the trigger, took the shot. Unfortunately, it sailed over the bar for 901 FC, but much better from 901 FC going forward.
The schedule for 901 FC is going to be crazy the rest of July. You lose those games. Some of them will contract the schedule where you'll be playing a number of games, and even against playoff teams in a very short period of time.
Yeah, that's why the guys, you know, it's an excellent move from Wes Sharpie there as he blows by Rapapa Mensah. That's why the guys, you know, deeper down the depth chart are going to need to be ready. They're going to need to stay fit and stay mentally tuned in, because Tim Mulqueen's going to need his full squad as we get into the dog days of summer in this heat, and we have a lot of games upcoming.
Allen was held. Looking at this Nashville squad that is so good on defense, and they've only lost 5 times this year. They do play physical.
Very physical team, one of the best teams in the USL Championship. You know, at the beginning of the season, they would have been one of the favorites to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, or even the finals of the entire league. So a really big test here for 901 FC tonight, but I think they're in good form so far and much better possession right now, as you can see.
Nice cross by Lindley, and Collier's going to give it a long, quick shot that is deflected away. That was a nice job.
It's Wes Sharpie there with a fantastic strike. Looked like it might have taken a little bounce there, popped up perfectly for him, and he just rips through it And an excellent save from Matt Pickens. That's what he can bring.
That was a true test for Pickens. And that's a great pass. And the quick foot, and that almost found that corner.
What a save from Matt Pickens. He literally picked that one out of the top corner. The veteran goalkeeper is still extremely springy and lanky and athletic. What a save from Matt Pickens.
So Lindley will trigger the corner kick. Ooh, just a little too far.
It was a fantastic ball from Cam Lindley. Whipped in the box.
And here's a chance. Najum with magic in front.
There it is.
A shot in the goal. And that's the first in a Memphis uniform for Allen. And they're going to deny it.
Looks like we have offside, Dave. Looks like we have offside. Not sure who it was. It might have been a number of players in there. Allen was involved. Hauser Ramsey, Adam Najum. Big scuffle in the 6-yard box. Looks like Alejandro Mariscal is going to have a discussion with his assistant referee here.
Tim Mulqueen pleading his case. I'm not sure that I see offsides here.
Yeah, you see on the replay here, who would have been offsides? Maybe, oh, that's Brandon Allen on there. As Adam Najum strikes the ball, Brandon Allen is onside.
There is no offside there.
There is nobody offside.
That should be a goal.
Wow.
Wow is right.
Yeah, Brandon Allen was nowhere close to being offside. He held his run up.
Clearly in front of him. And Doyle's the guy that we've been talking about, is the big bruiser. Brandon Allen pleading his case. And
wow, looks like they're gonna keep the offside call.
My goodness. It comes at the end of the 9th minute. They're saying no goal. And it is Nashville ball. And the Boo Birds are out at AutoZone Park, rightfully so.
Yeah, I think Bluff City Mafia has a case to plead on that one, as does Brandon Allen. That would have been his first goal against his former club, Nashville Soccer Club. So unfortunate for 901 FC, but much better so far from them the last 5 minutes of the game, getting more involved.
Pickens. And controlled by Nashville. Washington trying to send it into the box.
Whew. Fantastic move from
Wynn. Had it stripped
Wynn.
away. That was quick feet right there by Memphis. Good job by Grandison.
Excellent defending from Ewan Grandison once again. Jamaican native. It's good defense. It's a good response from 901 FC. Could have been dangerous there. The last thing you want is to score a goal and it get disallowed, and then Nashville come right back down the field and then score a goal. You know, that would really take the life out of the team and take this crowd out of it. But a good defensive stand there from the 901 FC back line.
We did not hear what the call might have been. So if that wasn't an offside, let's say there was interference of some kind, you might have gotten a call that way. But if that was an interference, an offsides call,
I didn't. You know,
that would be bewildering to both of us.
Yeah, the assistant referee put his flag straight in the air, so you know, and he's not really going to make a foul call on that play. Alejandro Mariscal, our center official, was in perfect enough position to call the foul if he saw fit. But I think there was just an offside call, and I think, you know, they might have missed that one, unfortunately, for 901 FC.
Lindley with the free kick. Headed away by Wynn. Kunga trying to get past the defender. It does.
Slagas Kunga, he's so quick. 1v1.
Still, that should be off of Nashville. Sharpie with the quick move. And it will be Memphis ball.
Excellent challenge there from Wes Sharpie, just laying his body on the line, just trying to hit that ball basically as hard as he could off the Nashville Soccer Club defender, and earns his team a corner kick.
The early moments of this game dominated by Nashville. The last 2 or 3 minutes dominated by Memphis, and a goal that would have been the first for Brandon Allen in his brief history with Memphis disallowed.
The more and more set pieces that Cam Lindley can put his foot on, as we have an outswinger here, the better for 901 FC.
Looking for Allen again, knocked away, but here's Najum with a shot, and it's deflected away. And here comes Allen Wynn. Najum.
You see the pace that Allen Wynn has, just blowing by 2 901 FC defenders, but
Najum did a good job of hanging with him.
It's excellent possession from Allen Wynn, but great recovery from 901 FC. You saw about 5 or 6 guys surrounding Allen Wynn. But Allen Wynn did really well to break that pressure and maintain possession for his team.
Nashville SC plays it back. Jimmy Ockford.
So Jimmy Ockford, the new signing from San Jose Earthquakes of MLS.
Najim went down, got the call his way, popped right back up. You may be wondering where Mohammed, where are Muckett? They were a little banged up, and I know as they were getting ready to go to Charleston, they did not practice. They thought they may be ready in time for this game, and we'll see if Tim Mulqueen might use them at some point. Kunga trying to find some room. Grandison will play it back. Looking for Collier. Good defense by Kamuva. Allen with a little pressure on Doyle, and the big guy was able to get it away.
It's what you want to see from Brandon Allen. You want to see his activity go up as he starts to gain his fitness and get used to this Memphis summer heat. It's good to see him put some pressure on those Nashville center backs.
Metzger and Allen doing a little pressure up front. And Allen's going to go. Doyle's going to put it right back to the goal. Good job by Sharpie.
It's excellent work from Wes Sharpie and Brandon Allen. He pressured that back line into turning over that ball.
Sharpie tried to cross. Good defense by Papa Mensah.
Yeah, Wes Sharpie dwelled on the ball a little bit too long. That thing's got a little stagnant. Here it's Nashville on the counterattack.
Melota's going to press it, and here's a quick shot, and that was just above the crossbar.
You see how quick it can happen, Dave. All it takes is one turnover in a bad spot for 901 FC, and Nashville Soccer Club comes right back down the field, and a couple step overs for Liba Meloto, rips a shot with his left foot right off the crossbar. That one, you know, about 6 inches lower, was heading for the top corner. See, right step over, left step over, blast with his left foot. Had Scott Levine completely beat. Fortunately for 901 FC, this one sails, well, hits off the crossbar and then goes out of bounds for a goal kick.
And here comes Allen, keeping it in. Nope, couldn't do it.
Tough one for Brandon Allen there as he was chasing down that long ball. Couldn't really do too much with that ball, but good effort once again from Brandon Allen.
Matt Pickens gets set. Memphis backs up a bit.
Been really impressed with Wynn so far, maintaining possession. He showed really good strength, really good pace, and good feet so far. So he's been a bright spot for Nashville in the first 16 minutes of this game.
Doyle taking his time. Now up ahead for Rios.
It's a good ball from Liam Doyle. Good pressure from Hauser Ramsey. Rios dropped his body. There might have been a little bit of contact, but good position in the end for Jacob Hauser Ramsey.
They could not clear it. Here's Akinyoti.
So Vinny Vermeer with that strike there, combining nicely with Akinyoti. Goes for the spectacular shot with the inside of his foot. He looked like he was, I don't know if he was trying to whip it near post or back post, but was leaning back a little bit too much and sails this one very high over the bar.
Scott Levine tested one time. It hit the crossbar. He was fortunate there. Gary Smith should be saying how fortunate he is to have a goal that was scored by 901 disallowed.
Absolutely, a goal disallowed, and his keeper Matt Pickens picked one out of the top corner, so it easily could be 2-0 for 901 FC. Well, maybe 2-1. I guess Nashville also had a decent chance of that one with Meloto off the bar, but So far, some really good soccer, some really good attacking soccer here at AutoZone Park.
Josh Morton says we can play physically too, and they back it all the way into the Nashville end.
It's fantastic effort from Adam Najum. That's the level of effort it's going to take, you know, to rush these Nashville defenders and goalkeeper into making mistakes or just making them play quicker. It's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of mental strength. It is hot tonight. It's very humid, so guys are going to lose a lot of water weight tonight. So it'll be about really mental strength and who can be smart as well.
Into the 19th minute. Memphis had a goal disallowed. Nashville had one off the crossbar. Memphis now 9 points away, JJ, from a playoff position in the USL East. And this, by the way, is game 17 out of 34. So this will be the halfway point. Win here, be a bit of an upset. And it would again put you in a nice position to try to make a run.
Yeah, I think you know, if you're being realistic, I think it would definitely be a bit of an upset if Memphis 901 FC were to get a win tonight. But it's definitely, Memphis 901 FC is definitely more than capable of winning this game, and I think it would be a huge turning point potentially for 901 FC moving forward in this season.
Well, taken right away from Kunga. That was terrific defense by Nashville. Here's Washington. And now to the guy you've been impressed with all night, Wynn.
As soon as you say that, he gives a really bad turnover in the middle of the field. Elliot Collier, counterattack.
Collier weaving his way like he did a game ago. Somehow. Oh, I thought he was going to come back and get it knocked away.
Yeah, the turf monster might have got him a bit on that play.
And Akinyoti was able to keep his balance. Here's the counter the other way from Nashville. And wow. Rios just misses. I think either that was deflected slightly by Josh Morton or Scott Levine got a finger on it, because I thought that had a chance.
Yeah, I think Rios just pushed this one a little bit wide. Didn't look like anybody got a foot on it or Scott Levine touched it, but what a run. Excellent run from Daniel Rios. Well-timed run, well-timed ball. Got in behind. Well, good ball from Taylor Washington, slotting this ball through. Once again, another chance for Daniel Rios in that Nashville strike force, but once again sends this ball wide. Really open game so far, Dave. Back and forth action.
Two good shots by Nashville so far. One really good shot that was a goal by Brandon Allen that was knocked away. Hey, don't forget, you get a clean sheet. Memphis 901 FC can do it. You win $5 off a $10 purchase at Chicken Salad Chick. Download the free Chicken Salad Chick app now and use promo code 901CHICK to receive $5 off Chicken Salad Chick. Limit one per purchase. Sharpie looking. Now here's Collier. Najum. Collier turns it. Here's Najum again. And we got a push call on Collier, and some turf that came up too.
Did he call a foul or did he call offside? A lot of turf that came up on that side. I know we had lots of rain earlier this week.
Yeah, a lot of rain the last 2 days, and that is on the pitcher's mound. And it is neat how they take the pitcher mound out and then build it back up when the Memphis Redbirds are in town.
Oh yeah, the grounds crew here at AutoZone Park are absolutely incredible. They can turn this field inside out overnight, you know, and get ready for baseball and soccer so fast. It's just been incredible to see this stadium transform into so many different things. It's been really good for the city of Memphis.
Wynn lets it go. That was an easy one that time for Levine. Very reminiscent of the first game, close until the very end.
Yeah, I think this will be, you know, this will definitely be a chess match here between Gary Smith and Tim Mulqueen. Been a lot of open chances so far. Could easily be at least 2-1 in favor, I think, of 901 FC, as both teams have had excellent chances. Surprised there hasn't been a goal yet, but I think I'd be highly surprised if this game did end goalless. You know, I expect it to be you know, potentially a 2-1 win for one of these teams, or, you know, maybe a draw, depends, you know, but I expect at least for some goals in this first half.
Collier lets it go, and Sharpie's got it. Into the middle, looking for Allen, and Doyle comes up and hits that high.
Yeah, it's well done from Doyle. You saw what Wes Sharpie was looking for. He was looking for Brandon Allen on that back post.
Heel pass, looking for Collier. Nifty play, but smelled out nicely by Kimura.
Yeah, Kimura, he's a veteran. He's been around the game for a long, long time. Played in MLS for a while and has been in the USL Championship for the past couple of years. He was more than aware and fully prepared for that very dicey Adam Najib pass.
That one stripped away. Moloto will give it to Wynn. He's going to try to get in the middle, deflected away, still loose. Had a good job there to just knock it away. That was Sharpie.
You see how active and busy that Moloto and Alan Wynn have been. They've combined very nicely so far in the first 25 minutes of this game. Alan Wynn has put in a shift so far. He's been all over the field along with Libo Moloto. They're two of Nashville's more creative players.
Here's a nice give and go. And that goes by everybody. It'll be Memphis ball. We enter the 24th minute here.
See on the replay here, Alan Wynn, good ball with the left foot. Scott Levine gets a touch on it. Wasn't the strongest of touches, but it did just enough for it to fall directly to Wes Sharpie, and Wes Sharpie was able to clear that ball outside the 18-yard box.
Sometimes just a finger is all you need.
That's all you need. As long as you put yourself in a good position, then good things will happen. You see how far Cam Lindley is dropping back in order to get on the ball. Nashville knows that the attack starts with him, so whenever he's higher up the field and gets on the ball, Nashville will jump on him.
Patience again by Memphis.
That's what you want to see. You want to see Cam Lindley on the ball, but you want to see him on the ball a little bit higher up the field. I know he wants to drop back so he can be a little bit more involved, but I think he needs to be a little bit more involved and find those pockets and find those spaces, and to be able to use his creativity to find Brandon Allen and find Elliot Collier in those slots.
Well, that time he had crossed it to Metzger, and that goes off the chin of Akinyode. Here's Lindley looking.
Yeah, that's better. That's where you want. That's where 901 FC wants him to be on the ball, higher up the field, breaking those lines with those through balls.
Najim up front, and they give the give go. Here's some room for Collier, buying space, looking for Najim, and knocked away that time by Ockford.
Not a bad idea from Najim and Collier. I know they want to pass and play beautiful soccer in and around the 18-yard box. It's really good effort here from Wes Sharpie.
Sharpie, the good job there, and he knocked it off of Ockford, I think, and the quick throw-in. Najim pushed from behind, no call, and here comes Nashville the other way.
I'd like to see 901 FC continue to take shots from outside the 18-yard box. You never know what kind of deflection it can take in order to go inside the goal and beat Matt Pickens.
At this point, oh,
it's a really aggressive challenge there from Vinny Vermeer. Surprised that no cards are coming out as you can see him trying to plead his case. A very strong challenge on Dan Metzger, but Dan Metzger's a tough guy. He gets up quickly.
Vermeer says, yeah, okay, you're probably right. He's fortunate he didn't get the card.
Yeah, you can see here. Oh, wow.
That hurt.
Very strong challenge. Studs might have been up a little bit. I think Vinny Vermeer's pretty fortunate to escape without getting a yellow card in that play.
And now a call by the official for Rapapa Mensah, who is down, and they are looking, I believe, at his ankle.
Yeah, not too sure what happened to Rapapa Mensah on this play here, if it's his ankle or if it's... I know it's hot out here. It could be a little bit of
it could be let's buy
cramp or heat exhaustion. Yeah,
and let's get some liquids in here. Really, the first stoppage of play, and we're into the 28th minute. If you missed it, a couple of really good shot attempts by Nashville. Memphis had a goal disallowed. It was either offside or a push on somebody. We were never totally given the explanation. It would have been Brandon Allen's first goal, and it was some really good teamwork up front by 901.
Fantastic teamwork. There's been great movement in and around the box, and as I said before, it'd be great to see more shots, or at least 901 FC continue to take shots on goal and create confusion in that box, because the more bodies around Matt Pickens, the harder it'll make for him to make the fantastic saves that he's capable of making.
And once again, it looks like Mensa, as the 901, one of the traders has come over to attend to him, and he's moved off. So Nashville will be playing with just 10.
It looks like Rapapa Mensa is making a boot change on the sideline over there.
In the meantime, Lindley will put it into play. And Sharpie tried to head that. He got shoved by Doyle. Metzger comes over, and Grandison will control.
Yeah, that was a decent ball from Cam Lindley. He puts excellent pace on his balls. I would love to see that ball maybe be a little bit deeper inside the 18-yard box and around in between the PK spot and 6-yard box. But Cam Lindley is a set piece specialist and always puts in a good ball for 901 FC.
Najim finds Collier by the box. And a slide by Vermeer.
Yeah, once again, Vinny Vermeer with a hard challenge. You can see what his game is, hard tackling defensive midfielder.
Well, he and Doyle are tough guys, no doubt about it. Lindley. Grandison looking for a spot. He was looking inside for Allen. Nashville with the counter. And again, look at that explosion by Wynn.
Yeah, Wynn is incredibly fast. Once again, opening up the legs.
Down into the middle and knocked away nicely by the Memphis defense.
You see Alan Wynn, he's got another gear, Dave. It looks like he kind of keeps those defenders on his shoulder, and then all of a sudden hits it into the 6th gear and takes off. Another very strong run by him. But once again, really good recovery from Memphis 901 FC. They've done their scout. They know that Wynn is a very pacey player, and they've recovered very nicely on multiple runs that he's made going forward.
If you've got to watch him all night, you are going to get tired, and you're going to perspire just the way 901 is at the moment.
Oh yeah, I imagine there will be definitely some kit changes at halftime. I know when I played, I sweated a lot, and I would always make a full change, shirt, shorts, and socks. Had a second kit waiting for me in the locker room to be ready for the second half.
Keep an eye on Rios. That's the job of the defense tonight. And so far, just a one touch where he had that one shot that went awry.
And that really, Dave, that's all he needs. He doesn't need a lot of touches to score goals. His game is predicated off of being a fox in the box, being an expert finisher. He can come out of nowhere to score 1, 2, 3 goals easily.
Jimmy Ockford taking his time. A little bit of pressure now on the goalie, Pickens. Lindley back again.
Love to see that from Cam Lindley, wearing the captain's armband tonight. So impressive from the young midfielder on loan from Orlando City to be wearing the captain's armband, but he fully deserves it. He's a fantastic player. He's got leadership qualities, and when he's on the ball, he just settles everything down, calms everything down, and maintains and keeps possession fantastically for 901 FC.
And finds Collier here. Najim right back to Collier. In traffic, too many. Vermeer cleared it away, and Mensa with new shoes back in business. Win. And a very good move by Mensa to get out of traffic there.
Yeah, Mensa was probably a bit fortunate to be able to escape Dan Metzger's challenge there, but strong
Win
play.
Again, and a quick shot. Had a good save.
Yeah, another nice move. Another nice move from Alan Wynn, finding just enough space to get the shot off. Fortunately for Scott Levine, it was directly at him, and it was an easy enough save in the end.
That unofficially third shot on goal in this game for Nashville. There have not been very many attempts by Memphis thus far, but a goal disallowed early in the game in the 9th minute. Sharpie trying to get things going.
You're exactly right, Dave. Not too many chances for 901 FC, but the chances they've had have been really good ones, and probably two might have been robbed. You know, great save by Matt Pickens, and then an interesting call from the official on the one play to disallow Brandon Allen's goal. But here we go, Elliot Collier again.
And he takes a quick shot and a save. Here's the rebound effort. Knocked away by Doyle. Metzger came in, and he had bad intentions.
Yeah, much better from Metzger and Elliot Collier. Metzger didn't quite catch all of that, but that's what I still like to see, is putting shots on goal. You never know what can happen when you're striking the ball hard and on net.
Here's Najim with a big man on him.
As you can see the replay here, Elliot Collier driving at Kimura with his patented step over, right-footed step over, left-footed shot. Well defended in the end by Nashville.
Lindley will send it all the way back, and that's got Levine scampering. Into the 34th minute, 0-0. Kunga with the orange shoes.
It's better from Lagos Kunga getting involved in this game, keeping possession nicely.
Sharpie and Metzger almost run into one another there. Here's Kunga. Najim right back to Kunga. A chip in the box, and that's an easy one for Perkins. Pickens.
Yeah, not the best ball in the end from Lagos Kunga. It's a good idea, but needed to be whipped in with much more pace if he wants to be able to beat Pickens back there and Jimmy Ockford and Liam Doyle. It's going to need to be a very accurate ball with a lot of pace if he wants to be able to put it on Brandon's head.
Vermeer goes out wide. And now back to Ockford. Good job of screening off Rios. And Memphis tries to counter quickly. Doyle saves the day for Nashville. Win.
Good positioning there for Ewan Grandison to stand up out and win. Not give him any space inside or outside. Oh,
near costly turnover. Allen almost got to that. It would have been a 1-on-2. It would have been interesting.
You can see Brandon Allen might have slowed down a little bit towards the end of this first half. It's very hot out there. He's still trying to get his sea legs under him, if you will.
Ockford and Kimura. Just play touch. Near steal and good defense by Memphis.
Yeah, physical play in there from Josh Morton, not giving Daniel Rios an inch of space. You see Rios pleading to the official to give him something, but play on is the call.
Metzger finds Lindley. Memphis playing very conservative here. 37th minute.
Conservative is exactly right. There's still, it looks like a few more numbers now are joining into the offensive half, but a lot of guys still in the defensive half, moving the ball around, staying patient, which is good, but to score goals, they're going to need to throw a few more numbers forward.
Sharpie to Collier, too far. Ockford cleared it, but right to Lindley.
Dave, you see how deep Cam Lindley is sitting. He's sitting even with Hauser Ramsey, and a turnover here. A bad turnover by Metzger. 1v1 with Hauser Ramsey without a win.
And here is Wynn, who is so quick. Memphis gets back, and that was fortunate.
Very fortunate. It's good defending in the end from Hauser Ramsey to stand up out and win, not allowing him to get a shot on goal, but dangerous turnover for 901 FC. I know that you want to keep possession in the middle of the field, but you need to do it smartly and not give Nashville those counter-attacking options.
Grandison.
It's a good move.
Looking for Kuga.
See the strength.
And got knocked out, and that call will go against Nashville. That'll be a throw in for Memphis.
It's a really good battle on the right-hand side of the field between Ewan Grandison and Mbolu Akinyoti. Two really strong physical players, and Grandison won that battle. As you can see on the replay here, the strength from Ewan Grandison just shrugging off the challenge time and time again. Akinyoti has no choice but to take down Grandison. That play, probably not deserving of a yellow card. Good battle, but definitely a foul in the end.
Just good physical play.
It's a dangerous spot, though, for Cam Lindley and 901 FC. Almost like a corner kick, but about 15, 16 yards away from the end line. Should be a dangerous ball here.
And he was looking that time for Sharpie. Here comes a quick turnaround from Metzger, just missed.
Yeah, that's the second time this game that Metzger's gone for the full volley. This time he actually catches that one a little bit more cleanly, but I think Pickens was there at his near post waiting for that ball.
Pickens tested a couple times, so has Levine. Big story is the goal that wasn't.
See on your replay, another quality ball. That's the ball you want to see from Cam Lindley. Had good pace on it, good height on it. Dan Metzger going for the spectacular. I think if he put that one a little bit more into the thick of things in the center of the 6-yard box, might have caused a little bit more confusion.
Collier with a great move there.
It's always dangerous when Elliott Collier gets a full head of steam running at players, but Nashville, they've done the scout. They know that they know that when he gets his head of steam that he's very dangerous, but here he is again.
Looking for Allen, he finds him.
It's good defending from Nashville, not allowing Brandon Allen an inch of space.
And here's Collier.
Smart.
And a very good play by Nashville there. A lot of contact, and they're going to call that on Collier.
Good physical play there. Good call by Alejandro Mariscal. Smart defending from Kamira. He knew that Collier took a bit of a long touch. You see on the replay. Takes a bit of an off touch, just gets there first, puts his body in front of Collier and drops his body. Took a bit of a shot to the head, completely on accident from Elliott Collier. He wasn't looking, but
he got it. He got it from the, I believe, the hand and the hip,
the body as well.
Yeah, he sure did. A lot of times you see they want to buy some time. That one actually hurt.
Yeah, especially it's hot out here. He's had an excellent. He's put in a shift in this first half. So the last thing you need is get hit in the head, but really good defending, really tough play from both teams so far.
Another call on Memphis. Cam Lindley is pleading his case. He's not going to win it. It'll be Nashville ball. Into the 41st minute. Both teams with some real opportunities, but 0-0. This is dangerous right here. You do not want to give up a goal that would become so deflating right before the half.
Yeah, right before the half. That's always, start the game and into the half is when you really want to lock it down defensively and stay strong. And both teams so far have done a great job of that, but we have a really dangerous opportunity here for, it looks like, Taylor Washington and Lebo Moloto standing over the ball. We'll see who takes it. We have,
it'll be Moloto.
Moloto with the outswinger, really good ball.
And it's right in the middle. Oh. And a shot and a goal.
Wow.
And just as we talked how deflating it could be, Nashville on the set play is able to bring one home.
It's Jimmy Ockford, the debutant for Nashville Soccer Club. As you can see, the Nashville supporters group, loud and proud, singing proudly over there. It's a fantastic ball from Lebo Moloto directly on top of the 6-yard box, in between the 6-yard box and PK spot, right where you want to put it. Excellent. Ockford just sticks that left leg out there and gets just enough on it to slot it home into that back post. You saw Dan Metzger trying to throw his body.
He was just a half second late.
Just a little bit late. Great ball, great finish.
Never had a chance.
Yeah, great ball, great finish from Nashville Soccer Club.
And all you can do is go back to the 9th minute when Memphis appeared to take the lead. And Nashville fans that made the trip down I-40 happy at the moment. This is a team that can score 8-5-5 on the year.
It's well done from Jimmy Ockford. Had some good battles with him back in the days where he went to University of Louisville, went to University of Memphis, and then on into the USL Championship. He's a veteran of this league and the MLS. He's capable of scoring goals, as you've just seen there, and is a very athletic, very strong defender. It's a great goal.
And now Memphis is going to have to try and come back.
Yeah, really tough break for 901 FC, but I think if you're 901 FC, I mean, if you can get a goal, to finish off that this half, that's excellent. But you don't want to panic yet. 1-0. You've been down before. You still have a whole another half to go. You want to stay calm. You know, get some fluids in you at half and come out in the second half much stronger and better. Although it's been a really good first half from both teams, especially 901 FC.
Nashville, well, they've scored 1 goal. They're only 1, 2, and 3, so that's the good news.
Absolutely, and you know, it's an obvious thing, but it's vital that 901 FC gets the next goal. You know, whether it's at the end of this half or in the second half. But the last thing you want to do is go down 2-0 to this team, because they're a veteran team. They're a very talented team as well, and have a great record when they are up by 2 goals.
Gugnoti will cross it.
It's a good combination there from Nashville on this left-hand side of the field. And
Rios.
Well, great touch by
Mensah. And there's a save by Levine, and it's finally cleared away.
Yeah, Levine in a good position again.
Yep. It'll be Nashville ball.
Yeah, it was a fantastic touch to split the 2 defenders from Mensah. I'd like to go for maybe a shot cross combo, just put it across the box strongly, and Levine was there though.
Probably get a couple of minutes of extra time here. Lindley.
It's a great ball movement from 901 FC.
And here's Sharpie into the box, looking for somebody, and it's headed away from Brandon Allen.
It's a great ball from Wes Sharpie, but you can see 901 FC had 3 players at the near post.
2 minutes of extra time.
As I was saying, it was a great ball from Wes Sharpie. Brandon Allen was in a good spot, but there's 3 901 FC players at the near post. They need to kind of stagger those runs, get 1 near post, 1 at the center, and then 1 back post.
Pickens says, everybody go away, and Nashville will take their time. They be pleased to take the 1-0 lead into the locker room. One bright note, if Memphis scores 2, if they score multiple goals, they are 4-0-1. In the 5 games, they've scored more than 1 goal. And they'll need 2 at least to win here. Kunga trying to make some magic, trying to squeeze through 2, and Doyle comes in and interrupts that.
It's a tricky run from Lagos Kunga there. You saw it looked like he was either trying to play it around Liam Doyle or nutmeg him, but Doyle was having none of it. Strong defending from the center back.
Collier will try to make something happen. And Vermeer with a good job there. No, they called it.
It's well done from Vermeer, standing up Elliot Collier. Really good defense, 1v1 defense, not allowing him anything, and then being smart enough to put his body in front of Elliot Collier so he has no choice but to foul as we close out this second half. Or excuse me, first half.
My goodness. Pickens taking his time, telling everybody get the heck down there. Good defense on Mensah. think all they wanted to do was kill time, and that'll do it. That's the end of the first half. So a late goal in the first half, and Tim Mulqueen still upset about the wipeout of Brandon Allen's goal, and his team down 1-0 at the half. We got plenty to come here at halftime. This is the one that came through for Nashville. 1-0 at the break. I don't even know when the goal. Were we on camera, by the way? Okay. 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 It's Jochen, right?
Yakin.
Yakin. Yakin Graf, got it. Okay. Welcome back here at AutoZone Park. One goal that's beating the drum for Memphis, and they're going to have to come up with some goals. They're down 1-0 at the half. We talked earlier about the acquisition of offensive talent that Memphis has acquired in the last few weeks. One of those fellas is Jochen Graf, who's now wearing the Beale Street blue.
We're taking a stroll down world-famous Beale Street. I am Dustin Starr alongside 901 FC's Jochen Graf. What's up, man?
How's it going, Nick?
Welcome to Memphis.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
How do you like it so far?
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I want to talk to you about the Bluff City Mafia, because it did not take long for you guys to connect.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Bluff City, those guys, I mean, like we say, you know, they're the best fans in the USL. We get a huge group, you know, they're passionate, they care, they put everything out there for us. So, you know, for me to be able to represent them and play in front of them in these home games, it's something you really look forward to, and you don't need any extra motivation when those guys are there.
Oh, you've got the smoke, you've got the chants and all that kind of stuff, and it really fits with the style of Memphis, with the grit, grind, and how you play.
Yeah.
Tell us about the beast out on the field.
Yeah, no, I work my socks off, you know, because people pay, you know, they spend a lot of time and energy to come out, and they're passionate about it, you know, so the least you can do is give everything you got, empty the tank every night, and then, you know, once you get to this level, we have great players. There's great players all over the place, and so the bare minimum is to empty the tank and put everything you have into each match, and then let the quality and everything else come out.
Absolutely, and I know you played in Tampa. You have friends and family all over the world, pretty much all over the place, but you're originally from Dallas.
Yeah.
So I have to ask the question, Dallas barbecue versus Memphis barbecue, who wins?
It's not even tough. Memphis wins, you know. Memphis is the barbecue I've gotten to try a lot. One day I actually did Rendezvous and Central Barbecue the same day.
Same day?
Yeah, same day, just to cover all the bases. And it's hands down, it's a clear winner. It's Memphis, yeah.
Well, thanks for taking a stroll down Beale Street. It was great catching up.
Course,
Ladies and gentlemen,
absolutely.
901 FC's very own Jochen Graf.
Lacroix, and Duke Lacroix. This is dangerous, headed on frame. It is a goal for Orange County. And Corey Herzog, and he perfectly places it. Hit toward the back post, in the air and through. Orange County. Reese Williams with some space. Williams curls it inside the 18. Soccer attempted a beautiful strike on the bicycle for Lansing Ignite FC. Absolutely incredible. Elma N4. Are you kidding me? Going long distance, trying to connect. Sayone, and he puts it in the back of the net from long distance. Sending it forward. Here's another opportunity, and boy, you back of the net. That is what they've been looking to do all night long. 91st minute, we are tied at 1 apiece. Here's Mintz again. Mintz gets across to the top of the knee. Moshomani left foot. Beautiful strike. Tuvi Moshomani. Here comes North Texas on the attack. The strike and a goal.
Is this the moment? Jose Angulo! Dillon Stadium alive again! Martinez! What a way to secure a hat-trick! Douglas Martinez taking the spotlight! To keep it out does the 17-year-old.
Looked like it hit the heel of Forrester, and the Bold have the answer moments later. Guess who? Tierpak. Cervantes got the early rounds against the super sub.
There's bodies up there. There's bodies up there. See, see this. This is where he shines. Cross that in, lets it through. Here's Partey!
Can you believe that? What a strike! His second on the year.
Kobayashi trying to pick out Brian Wright. Wright breaks it down. Wright puts it in!
If you weren't able to make it out to AutoZone Park tonight, don't worry. You still have another chance to see 901 FC at home this week when they take on the New York Red Bulls, too. This Saturday, 7:30, call 901-721-6000 or visit memphis901fc.com/tickets today. We'd also like to thank our official Memphis 901 FC pub partners, Aldo's Pizza Pies, Silky O'Sullivan's, Crosstown Brewing Company, High Cotton Brewing Company, The Brass Door, Celtic Crossing, and Meddlesome Brewing Company. You can watch every Memphis 901 FC match home and away at all these great locations, including Memphis's 901 FC's next road match against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. That'll be Saturday, August the 3rd at 6 o'clock. Beautiful night here for soccer. Dave Woloshin, J.J. Greer here with you. 1-0. That is our score at the half on a goal in the final 4 minutes of the first half. It's just so deflating. These folks trying to get re-energized in the heat.
Yeah, so far I think it was an excellent first half of soccer for both teams. I thought 901 FC was very unfortunate to have a goal disallowed and also have a brilliant save from Matt Pickens to pick that ball at the top corner from that excellent Wes Sharpie shot. But so far, a pretty even game. Nashville Soccer Club comes out on top of that first half.
Let's take a look around the league, and we'll start with the Loudoun United. They announced on Wednesday it acquired midfielder Carlos Alvarez the remainder of this inaugural season. Alvarez will be available for selection on Wednesday night as Loudoun visits North Carolina FC. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds Soccer Club, Healthmark, Highmark Health and Allegheny Health Network announced on Wednesday a partnership that would lead to the construction of a new state-of-the-art health and sports complex to be located in Coraopolis, Pennsylvania. Scheduled to be constructed in 2 phases, and it will be completed in 2021. And the next match with the New York Red Bulls 2, they defeated Atlanta 2-8-1 in their last match, scoring 12 goals now in 2 matches. There's the scores around the league. North Carolina with a clean sheet. It was Swope Park over Hartford. They're continuing to struggle. OKC 2-0 over Reno. And San Antonio in the West over El Paso 1-0. Here's a look at the halftime numbers. The 1 goal, shots on goal. Memphis actually has the advantage in so many of these areas, including possession, total passes, corner kicks, more fouls. Nashville's a little bit more physical. You look at those numbers, the 1 goal, we double-checked, it was disallowed for offsides. And from all our vantage points that we saw in the booth, on the different angles that we saw, there's just no way there was offsides on that goal.
Yeah, very tough call for 901 FC and Brandon Allen against his former team. As you can see here, you know, sometimes in soccer the numbers do lie, Dave. As you can see, possession and total passes were in favor of 901 FC, and it was a great half for 901 FC, but at the end, Nashville Soccer Club came up with that big goal from Jimmy Awkward.
We'll see what Memphis can do in the second half. It's next here at AutoZone Park. There's a Memphis fan, may have played a different kind of football earlier in his career. Nashville 1, Memphis 0 after the first 45 minutes. Dave Willosh, J.J. Greer with you. You could say, J.J., this was a game of oh so close. Memphis had their chances, including more chances than Nashville.
Yeah, this was almost an unexpected strike. Came out of nowhere from Wes Sharpie. An absolute rocket. Was heading for the top corner, but Pickens comes out of nowhere to make that save.
That one hit the crossbar, so Scott Levine was very, very fortunate off the foot of Moloto.
Yeah, some really good attacking soccer from both teams in this game. Both teams really pushing numbers forward, allowing chances on both sides. As Elliot Collier, you see his patented right-footed step over, left-footed shot. Good defense in the end from Kosuke Kimura and Matt Pickens.
And then this, the one that did go in, off the foot of Jimmy Ockford.
Yeah, it's a fantastic ball, teasing ball from Lebo Moloto, put in that danger area. You can see Brandon Allen, a bit of discussion between Brandon Allen and Scott Levine of who should come out for that ball, but I think in the end it was just such a tantalizing ball, and Jimmy Ockford with the finish in the end.
Joy for the Nashvillians, and there's the concentration of Tim Mulqueen. He was very upset about the goal that Memphis scored in the first 10 minutes of the game. It came off the foot of Brandon Allen. They said it was offsides, and we've yet to see the offsides.
Yeah, I think he has more than enough reason to be upset about that. He'll want an explanation. You know, I'm sure he's already asked for one, and he'll want another one, I'm sure, after this game. But there's plenty of time left, another 45 minutes to go, and I think 901 FC, if they come out with the right mentality and the right energy, I think they've got a couple of goals in them tonight. But they're going to need to stop the strike force of the captain, Daniel Rios, as you can see on your screen, and Rapapa Mensah.
Well, when they lost to this team on April the 13th, it was 2-0. They'll need 2 goals here to win. Again, we'll give you this stat. It's a good one. If Memphis scores more than 1 goal, they are 4-0-1. But Nashville's a potent team. They've scored 32 goals now on the year. Memphis only 16 in the 16 games they've played. They average a goal a game.
I think the most important thing in these first 15 minutes for 901 FC is to not concede. Do not concede first. You know, even if you don't score in the first 15 minutes, you do not want to give up another goal and go down 2-0 to this tough Nashville Soccer Club football team at home.
No substitutions that we've seen so far. And Kunga is up front along with Allen and Collier. And a good job finally by Najim to get it out of there. Too physical.
Yeah, another really good battle between Brandon Allen and Jimmy Ockford. Good professional foul from Jimmy Ockford, taking the foul in the 901 FC defensive half of the field, far away from his own goal. As you can see, Lagos Kunga into space here.
And he puts that right on goal. An easy one for Pickens.
Yeah, good defending from Jimmy Ockford once again. Lagos Kunga didn't have a lot of space, didn't have a lot of options there. There weren't too many people in his own in the 6-yard box. So, but good defending from Nashville Soccer Club.
Memphis' last home game was against Hartford. They had a virtual explosion of scoring, 4 goals in that game. Of course, the hat trick by Elliot Collier, who was in on that first goal with Brandon Allen. He up front was working beautifully. Here is a nice deflection that time right to Scott Levine.
Yeah, I think Hauser Ramsey got a little bit fortunate there that deflection went straight into Levine's hands. That, you know, if it popped up in the air, or took another awkward touch, that could have ended up in 901 FC's net for an own goal. So good positioning from Hauser Ramsey, and also a little bit lucky that ball ended up in Levine's hands.
This one pressed forward and knocked away, trying to get it to Allen. Kunga in a battle with Doyle does not win it. Good job that time by Morton.
It's well done from Josh Morton to steal that ball, and as Cam Lindley springs Elliot Collier into a 1v1 position.
Looking for Najim right in the middle. Allen looking for space, and Collier could have pulled the trigger, didn't. But Grandison will. No. And we got a handball in the box. So says Collier. No call from the official.
It's a fantastic strike from Ewan Grandison. First time strike.
And this one up ahead for Rios, and he scores. Memphis on the verge of scoring, and just like that, Nashville goes ahead 2-0.
You're exactly right, Dave. Just like that. That's all it takes for Daniel Rios. He doesn't need many touches. Fantastic ball from Alan Wynn, slotting Daniel Rios in. Looked like in between the 2 center backs, Hauser Ramsey and Josh Morton, and an absolute thunderbolt from Daniel Rios inside the 18-yard box. Puts his right foot through this into the top corner. Scott Levine didn't have a chance on that play. There was nothing he could do. As you saw, Daniel Rios catches that ball off the bounce. Thunderbolt into the back of the net. 2-0 from Nashville. Not what 901 FC wanted.
What a great pass forward to get that to Rios. And as you mentioned, Levine never had a chance. And I'm really not sure, as we watch it again, if we can take that further back. Memphis was complaining about a possible handball in the box, and I don't think they got back. They were distracted, and once again, Nashville celebrating.
In our keys to the game earlier, Dave, we were talking about limiting Nashville's chances and limiting their counterattacking chances. And, you know, that's several times now that Nashville has been able to catch 901 FC on the counter. And, you know, with Daniel Rios and Rapapa Mensah up top, they're extremely efficient with their shots and with their goal scoring. And just like that, you look up and you're 2-0 down at the beginning of the second half.
Alan Wynn will put it behind him. And now do you have to take, even though this occurred in just the third minute, how aggressive will you be? Will you see Lindley press forward more? Hauser Ramsey in a good battle there, and no call.
To answer your question, Dave, I think you have to. I think you're definitely going to need to make a few substitutions, and Cam Lindley's definitely going to need to push a higher up the field. The problem is that, you know, then you open yourself up to more counterattacks, and that's Nashville's strength, and that's what they're so good and efficient at. So, you know, you're going to have to take chances. You're 2-0 down, and you know, there's no point of ending this game 2-0, and of course you also don't want to get blown out of your own home stadium. But I think Tim Mulqueen, he's going to be meeting with his assistant coach Ben Pierman, and I think you're going to see a guy like Graff come into this game, and probably Morgan Hackworth come into this game to inject more life and more offense into this game.
Well, you got to meet Graff at the half, walking on Beal. Maybe you can take a nice stroll and not go in here at AutoZone Park. Memphis needs some offense. 16 goals on the year in 16 games. This Nashville team now 33 goals in 18 games. And Metzger has it taken away, but some physical play. Here is what I think Memphis was arguing about, and maybe a little distracted. Grandison with the shot, and I don't see a handball. Do you?
No, I didn't really see a handball on that play, and even if there was, it definitely was not intentional. As you can see, 901 FC, you know, they're kind of standing around complaining about it. And
so Grandison and Allen were both distracted and not heading back, and the lightning quick pass, and there's the scorer Rios getting his 12th goal. And now you really got a mountain you got to climb.
Absolutely. And I understand, you know, pleading for the call and winning the call, but if you're going to do that, you have to do that while getting back. And Nashville, they're a veteran team, and they you know, they saw the 901 FC defense being stagnant and went quick and buried that in the back of the net with Daniel Rios.
Here's Morton looking at Kunga. A little give and go, read by Nashville. Najum.
It's excellent footwork from Adam Najum. The sombrero over Alan Wynn.
Grandison again going to let it fly. He's got the best leg on the team. Deflected away. He'll try it again, and it's wide. Select's the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world since 1947. Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Third minute of the second half. Nashville scored to take this 2-0 lead as Pickens, their goalie, gets it away, and Tim Mulqueen working on some of that gum. Wonder if it's that gum all the golfers are doing now, the CD oil.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what it. Hopefully, it's good luck gum. That's all I know. You know, hopefully some of his players have it as well. Some energizing gum or something.
Medicinal gum.
Yeah, to kick this second half into a higher gear for 901 FC, because, you know, as I said earlier, the last thing that you wanted was to concede in the first 15 minutes of the second half, and of course that's what's happened. But, you know, the game's not over yet, but ooh,
man,
tough challenge there from Kimura.
That was. Kimura just absolutely leveled Collier. We have not had a yellow card or a red card so far in this game. We had an early Memphis goal in the first 9 or 10 minutes, wiped away on an offsides call. Nashville scored in the closing 5 minutes of the first half, and then scored in the first 3 minutes of the second. It'll be Free kick for Memphis.
It's a good spot here from Cam Lindley. It might be just out of his range in terms of shooting. He's got an incredible strike on him. As you can see the replay here. Kimura jumping up, maybe a little bit late. Also, not quite the height of Elliot Collier's 6'3" frame. Wasn't able to get there, so threw his body into him. Definitely a foul. I didn't think Alejandro Marscal had to give him a yellow card. I think that was smart to keep the card in his pocket.
You mentioned Lindley and this being a little further back. If Mark Burch were playing, is this within his range?
I'm not sure. If anybody's going to shoot, it would be Cam Lindley, but he elects to go for a cross here, and unfortunately it does not find Wes Sharpie on that back post.
Good defense that time again by Nashville, and that time it was Jimmy Ockford. He scored the first goal in this game. Their goal scorer Rios, who now has 12 goals on the year, came up with the second one early here in this second half.
I think it's been a solid performance from both of those players, Ockford and Rios, obviously the two goal scorers, but Jimmy Ockford has been, and Liam Doyle both have been absolute units on that back line for for Nashville Soccer Club.
Rios with the nice head to win. And finally it'll be Metzger that catches up with it right in front of his coach. Just a reminder, fans, you can follow the 901 FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. You can join the over 2 million sports fans who've already discovered ESPN Plus, and you can watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Growing confidence by Nashville. They'll play defensive the rest of the way. Memphis will have to press.
You said it, Dave. I think Nashville is in a very comfortable position right here. They don't necessarily need to attack. They'll absorb. They're very good defensively. They'll absorb pressure, and they'll counterattack very quickly with Daniel Rios and Ropapa Mensah up top.
There's Grandison, and nobody's there.
Yeah, a little bit overcooked there from Grandison, but Elliot Collier able to win his side of throw in.
Mafia, they never give up, do they?
Oh, no, never. Never. You know, this game could be 5-0 for Nashville Soccer Club, and the Bluff City Mafia will continue to sing and bang on the drums and support their team and get this crowd going. So you can always count on the Bluff City Mafia.
And this crowd, about the average, almost 7,000 a game, 7th in the league. It is truly, listen to Andrew Bell, he thinks atmosphere and the Mafia and everybody else, the best atmosphere in the entire league. I think the USL Championship, they are all impressed with what Memphis has done in this first year.
I would 100% agree. You know, I've played in a lot of different stadiums and a lot of different crowds and some hostile crowds, but, you know, this is one of the best crowds that I've seen in the USL Championship, and, you know, hopefully 901 FC can continue to give them something to cheer about and hopefully get a few goals in this game, Dave.
Grandison trying to find some space here. Sharpie.
Fortunate there from Morton.
Time of possession, all Memphis. Shots on goal in favor of Memphis in the first half. And here they are, down 2-0, and here comes Nashville.
As you can see, once again, another counterattack with Taylor Washington streaking down the line.
And Wynn with that speed sends it through the box.
It's exactly what Nashville wants. You know, they're looking for turnovers in the middle of the field so they can just send 4 and 5 guys, their speedsters, streaking forward, and they're extremely efficient on those counterattacking chances.
Well, when you go back and you think about this, and this game is far from over, you still have 30-plus minutes to try to get back into it. But you're going to go back to this missed goal on the offsides early in the game. And then you're going to go back to a period of about 7 or 8 minutes. The last 4 minutes or so of the first half and the first 3 minutes of the second, and that's really the difference. And here you are 2-0, and that second goal comes when you're distracted because you think you got robbed on the offensive side.
Absolutely, and that's the name of the game. You know, a lot of different things. The course of a game is almost like a roller coaster ride, and it's the team with the steadier head that will prevail. And so far, that's been Nashville.
Lindley, the unforced turnover. Gary Smith, you see at the bottom of your screen, he's content. Just play back, play conservative, be physical.
I think Gary Smith will definitely be pleased. He's got a veteran-laden side. You know, they've been in positions like this before, whether they've been up 2-0 or down 2-0. They'll know what to do with guys like Kamura and Pickens and Liam Doyle. So a side with a lot of experience, and they'll know to keep possession and just play very smart to close out this game. It's another hard challenge. Finally, a yellow card.
That was Ockford who got it. First yellow card in the game. As tough and as rough, it's actually on Kamura, as rough and tough as Nashville plays, it's amazing that you only have that one yellow card so far.
Yeah, and I think, you know, obviously that one was deserved. I think it was on Jimmy Ockford, that particular one, and I think, you know, Alejandro Mariscal has called a pretty good game so far. You know, there was a bit of a questionable call in that first half in terms of disallowing that goal for 901 FC, but I think other than that, it's been a good physical game. First yellow card, I think that was deserved from Jimmy Ockford. Another professional foul there. He was going for ball, nothing dirty there, but does not get it. But it was if you are going to foul, that's a good position to foul in. You know, you're 50, 60 yards away from goal and not in a dangerous position.
Well, actually, you see it in the replay. It is not as hard a foul as we have seen on several occasions.
Definitely not as hard of a foul we've seen, but I think Jimmy Ockford, he might have been. He might have had several fouls so far in this game. So,
yeah.
You know.
It's an accumulation, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, accumulation. And now Alejandro Mariscal, he wants this game to finish off clean. He doesn't want it to get out of hand. So I think the booking was the appropriate call.
And for Jimmy Ockford, a good night. He scored the first goal in this game. And right near the end of that first half. Kunga has it taken away by Doyle. Doyle thought that went off of Memphis. Here's Kunga again.
It's a great tackle from Makayoti.
Najim was backing away, saw that big body coming. Morton loses it. And the call, no question, he's going to get a yellow card.
Yeah, definitely a yellow card. Professional foul there from Josh Morton. He had to do it. It was a great initial defensive play to be able to steal that ball, but then he dwelled on it a little too long, and Allen Wynn picked it right off of him and was about to be off to the races. So Josh Morton takes the professional foul and earns himself a yellow card.
Alejandro Mariscal is definitely trying to keep control of this game, and here for Memphis comes Luca Uccello, and Elliot Collier will get a breather. He will be out of the game, and there's your guy that scored the hat trick.
Yeah, I think, you know, Elliot Collier is a tough game for him so far. As you can see, the foul here from Josh Morton. He had to take the professional foul because Nashville was about to be off to the races once again. It's a tough game for Elliot Collier in this one. I think Nashville did the scout on him. They knew that, you know, not to let him to get a head full of steam because he's very dangerous, and Gary Smith and his squad did the scout well. So not too many good chances. Whew. Not too many good chances for Elliot Collier in this game.
Memphis a little careless there, and an opportunity for Mensa.
Yeah, I think that might have been Liba Maloto on that particular shot, Dave, but he saw Scott Levine off of his line and almost lofted him, almost chipped him, and fortunately for Levine, it was probably a little bit further out than I initially thought, but a good idea from Maloto. And now the cards are coming out constantly right now.
And there's going to be a yellow on Grandison. Frustration, you can tell.
Yeah, some frustration. It was a strong, powerful run from Grandison. He was fortunate to be able to keep the ball after that first challenge, and then took a bit of a long touch, and Doyle read it well and cleared the ball out. And you can see Grandison trying to explain to Pickens. He was trying to kind of get out of the way. He didn't try to tackle or anything like that, but his momentum kept him going forward. And he's a big, strong guy, and there was a lot of contact there, but I don't think there was any malice in that particular challenge.
There is the official yellow card. He was pleading his case. We'd see it in the replay, and that's a big man he knocked down.
Yeah, they're two
Doyle.
big guys. Two big, strong guys.
Let's take a look if he doesn't really just try to get out of his way. I don't think he tried to go through him, but he was definitely fooled and misread the way that Doyle was going to go.
Yeah, got the nutmeg on that play. He was trying to lift his leg to block the ball, really, but, they basically just, their momentum carried them into each other. Gets the yellow card in the end. No harm, no foul. We move on.
Just a reminder, you can get updates and alerts all year long by following 901FC on ESPN.com. Search for your team and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores plus. You can get reminders on 901's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Pickens will put it into play. Rios gets double teamed. Uchella just in the game.
Yeah, it's good to see Luca Uchella earn some minutes in this game. He's a talented young player. Hasn't seen a lot of the field this season. Has had some injury problems and has had some. Oh wow, another strong challenge from Oxford. Wow.
No call there, and that would have been the second yellow had they thrown it.
Yeah. Alejandro Mariscal said he got some ball on that particular play. Really strong challenge from Jimmy Oxford.
And this one well beyond everybody. An easy one for Levine, and Grandison will bring it back the other way. Kunga.
She has good patience from 901 FC, but there's a lot of players kind of standing around, walking, and not sharp movements in and around the box. 901 FC is going to need Brandon Allen and Luca Uchella and those guys to start moving in the box if they want to have some good chances on goal.
Sharpie was trying to get that thing into Allen. It's knocked away. It should be Memphis ball.
Yeah, good work from Wes Sharpie. Another good diagonal ball from, I believe that was Cam Lindley, out to Wes Sharpie. As you can see on the replay here, another strong challenge from Oxford. He did get ball first and then got a lot of Brandon Allen second. Alejandro Mariscal deemed that a clean play, which I probably have to agree with him. Oxford's momentum carried him forward, but really physical player Jimmy Oxford is.
Lindley will attempt the corner kick.
It's Cam Lindley with the in-swinger. Not the best ball on that particular corner kick.
And all the way to the half line, Najim catches up with it.
Fantastic ball from Cam Lindley. 65-yard diagonal ball on the money.
And Metzger now. Najim.
It's Najim trying to force that one. Good tracking from Nashville.
Too far, looking for Kunga and cleared away.
It's a great touch. Ooh, just off from Vinny Vermeer.
Najim knocked away from Doyle. Doyle is a guy you do not want to run into.
Both him, Liam Doyle and Jimmy Oxford, two really big, strong, physical players that are just not fun to play against if you're 901 FC or any striker in the USL Championship.
They're playing on, and here's Sharpie.
Now, Dave, I'd like to see Cam Lindley a little bit higher up the field. You're down 2-0 with just over 20 minutes left. I think if 901 FC can find him higher up the field, he can find more dangerous passes and be in position to shoot the ball because he has one of the best strikes in the team.
Mensah. That'll be Memphis ball.
We have a substitution here.
And this will be a Nashville substitution. Papa Mensah, who scored a goal in the first game and has been prominent in this one, will be substituted for Carlton Belmar. Young man from Virginia Beach, Virginia, played with Sporting Kansas City in the MLS. They're loading up for MLS. That's the place they'll be next year.
Absolutely. It was a really good performance from Rupapa Mensah. Didn't get on the score sheet or have an assist, but he put in a shift tonight, was very busy, put in a lot of the hard miles running and pressuring that 901 FC back line, and it doesn't get any easier at all for 901 FC as Carlton Belmar is one of the most prolific goal scorers, still one of the best players in the league, is a veteran now of the USL Championship and a player with a lot of pace and will be great on the counterattack for Nashville. So, this is a great substitution and a perfect game for Carlton Belmar to come into.
And great movement by Nashville to move it upfield, and then the turnover. The new season expansion team, we haven't seen all of the clubs. You have mostly from years past as a player in this league. Two teams that have really impressed me so far as physicality goes, where Memphis just doesn't have the girth, is Pittsburgh and this team.
Yeah, those are two top teams that are, in the thick of the playoff race in the USL Championship Eastern Conference. And you said it best, Dave. They're two very physical teams, tough teams. Pittsburgh with head coach Bob Lilly, that's his style. He's a very defensive stalwart in the league. He's been in the league forever. And then Gary Smith, he likes bigger, stronger players, athleticism, and you can see that in some of the players in the field, like a Daniel Rios and a Lebo Moloto and a Carlton Belmar. So, if you're not a 1 FC, you're going to have to adjust. There are a lot of young players, rookies and first-year guys and second-year guys in the team.
That are going to get bigger.
They're going to get bigger, and it just takes time for them to it's going to take time for them to adjust to the physicality and the pace of the league. But it will come. But these are two, make no mistake about it. Nashville is one of the best clubs in the league and probably will be challenging for a USL Championship title.
They are just a tough matchup because of the physicality.
And I think, Nashville and Pittsburgh and Indy 11 are some of the better teams that I've seen in the Eastern Conference, along with Louisville, the two-time champions.
And St. Louis seems to be a pretty tough team.
St. Louis. So it's a very tough league. In my opinion, I'd probably say that the Eastern Conference is still the more challenging, tougher league to be in because there's older, more veteran players in the Eastern Conference, although both are very strong. Western and Eastern Conference, both are very strong, but you have the two-time champion in your conference, in your division, that you have to face twice. So it's very tough for 901 FC, and it's not going to get any easier, but they're young players, and they're focused, and they want to earn their place in this league. So we'll see what they can do. The last 19 minutes of this match.
And they're so close, and this game is a microcosm of that. I mean, here you go. You sort of get flustered at the break because you give up one in the last 4 minutes, and then you're distracted because you think you had something going on the other side, and you don't get back. And lightning quick, one of the best scorers in the league, Rios, beats you. Here's maybe a chance in Allen, and Pickens gets that hand out and makes the stop.
Yeah, good work from Allen to get on the end of that ball, but you saw the positioning from Pickens, just brilliant to be at his near post and extend that leg. Allen once again just continued to beat players, but good strength from Ewan Grandison. Excellent strength.
That is a statement saying, yeah, we can play this way.
Absolutely.
As well. And, just talking with Andrew Bell, practice right before they left for Charleston, he was talking about he is so pleased with the way this team is coming together. And look, he was the president at Charleston for 10 years. These things don't happen overnight. The other thing that impressed me was Tim Mulqueen, was saying, I'm satisfied in a lot of ways, but the record should be a lot better. And this was eye-opening. There are 13 one-goal games coming into this match tonight. 13, and Memphis either lost or drew all 13 games. You would think you would win some of those one-goal games.
Well, that's just part of it, being, as you see, Grandison here whips in another good ball, chesting down from Brandon Allen.
And Grandison tried to buy himself Kunga, just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, but to your point, Dave, 13 matches with, being decided by a goal. That's the whole point of it. When you're an expansion team with young players, it's going to take time to figure out how to win those games or earn draws. Being a young squad, it's going to take time to be able to figure out how you have to learn how to win games.
By the way, the USL has unveiled its elite youth platform called USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Sharpie with some cramps. It is hot out there today, and there is a decent amount of humidity, that is for sure.
It's very hot. I was wondering when, a player would go down with some cramping issues, and we haven't had any formal hydration breaks in this game, but several players have gone down with knocks, probably have had some cramping issues and just fatigue issues. So all the players will go to the sideline and get some coaching and get some fluids in them.
And only, just like Gary Smith talking to his team right there, only the one substitution by Nashville so far, and just the one for Memphis, getting the Collier out of the game and giving Uccello a chance to play. And here comes the second substitution, and Sharpie, who's got problems with the cramps, will be replaced by Muhammad. It's good to see him back. He would not have been able to play in the game against Charleston, dinged up a little bit, but he was true to his word to me. He said, I think I'll be able to play on Wednesday, and here he is.
Yeah, hopefully, as the season continues on, some of the players that are carrying knocks can get healthy, because everybody's going to be needed as we get into the dog days of summer in these games, especially the games that have been postponed. When those games are rescheduled, you're going to need everybody, all hands on deck.
Especially when you're doing it in the heart of the summer.
The heart of the summer, and a lot of your games are, in the South,
right.
After tonight's game, you won't go to Nashville anymore, but you still have to travel to Atlanta. You're still going to have to go back to Charleston, and those are two places that are, in the deeper South where it's still humid.
And what about Tampa?
Yeah, you have to go to Tampa. So it might have a little bit of breeze. Ooh, what a ball.
Almost. Just in the game, Muhammad, and his eyes got big.
Yeah, it's a fantastic run forward from Muhammad, and what a ball from Cam Lindley. That's why I want to see him higher up the field, so he can spray balls like that and put them directly into guys' path and get them in good scoring chances. So good start from Abdi Muhammad. As you can see on the replay here, what a ball from Cam Lindley. Whips it into Muhammad. Unfortunately, Muhammad a little bit, not the tallest player, but good effort from him.
Boy, it's a game of inches, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, always.
Muhammad on the offensive side, now on the defensive side, and we got a Nashville player down, holding on to his left ankle.
Yeah, end of the game here, Daniel Rios.
That's the goal scorer there, and that does not appear to be the usual. I'm buying some time.
Yeah, it looks like he's grabbing his ankle on that play, and you see Hauser Ramsey getting a bit of a stretch. I think, towards the end of this game, guys are tired. Your mind starts to get a little sloppy, and your reactions aren't as quick. So as we have a substitution here.
And this is the man you met walking on Beal just a little bit ago, Jochen Graf. Memphis looking now for really fresh legs up front. Collier's gone, and Graf will come in. Muhammad's going to play all over the place.
Yeah, I thought it was not a bad game from Adam Najim. Definitely not one of his best. I thought he was active, and he worked hard. He was trying to get in positions, but couldn't quite connect with Brandon Allen or Elliot Collier.
No, but he did set up Allen for that first goal that was disallowed, and Rios is limping noticeably. And let's see if Nashville and Gary Smith doesn't sub him out. He scored the second goal of the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he took Daniel Rios out with, just over 10 minutes left in this game. He's already scored a goal. You're up 2-0. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Tucker Hume come in off the bench, the big 6'6", 6'5" striker for Nashville.
They're all big, aren't they?
All of them big. That's the type of player that Gary Smith likes. He likes big physical players.
And Brandon Allen, frankly, who was with Nashville, sort of fits that bill, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Brandon Allen is no small guy by any means, and he's a clinical goal scorer. It would just be nice to see 901 FC get him service and get him in good positions to be able to score and use that left foot of his.
Hauser Ramsey will take his time into the 80th minute. Here's a little room for Kunga. That's deflected, and Brendan Allen, I'm not sure he saw it.
Well, I think he definitely saw it, but I think a highly confident Brandon Allen might try to take that out of the air and volley it.
Yeah.
It would have been a very difficult volley, but he elected for the more conservative play and let that run out of bounds for a Cam Lindley corner kick, which is not a bad decision, but in the end, maybe Brandon Allen saw something different.
Headed away by Nashville. Memphis statistically was the superior team in the first half.
It's a lovely ball.
Here's another header, and that one frustration because that was a really good look.
It's a lovely ball from Cam Lindley, whipped in. That might have been right off of either Dan Metzger or Luca Acella's head, as we have another substitution for Nashville.
Reid will come in. This is Michael Reid. And he is going to place Vinny Vermeer, another one of their very physical players.
Yeah, Vinny Vermeer, very good game for him. A good, solid 80 minutes for him. Really hard tackling player. Might have been fortunate to escape without a yellow card in this game, but Nashville won't lose anything with Michael Reid coming in. He wears the captain's armband and starts a lot of games for Nashville. Michael Reid does. So it's a very deep Nashville team. Another, player of around the 6'1", 6'2" range. So Nashville doesn't really lose a lot when they go to their bench.
When they go to MLS, and certainly there will be adjustments made and other players acquired, but I'm sure Rios is going to be here. I can imagine a guy like Doyle is going to stick around, and Ockford is going to stick around. How good will they be right off the bat in MLS?
Oh, they'll be fantastic, and that's another thing to think about, right? This team is gearing up for MLS, so their team sheet and their budget is going to be much higher than 901 FC's budget, just purely because they're two different leagues, right? MLS is the top division in North America, so this team is gearing up for MLS play, which is a completely different level. It's another step up. No disrespect, of course, to USL Championship, but Nashville's gearing up for that next level. So they're going to have players that are big-time players from all around the world.
Pickens drills it forward, and Graff with the nice heel pass. Memphis settling, but running out of time. Down 2-0. That one way too far. Easy for Pickens. Tune in to ESPN3 on July the 24th for a special afternoon edition of Wednesday Night Soccer. Surging Reno, 1868 FC storms into Orange County. They'll meet OCSC side looking to climb a little closer to a playoff spot. You can see it all on July the 24th on ESPN3. Yeah, we may end up getting a clean sheet here for Nashville before it's all said and done. And here's another substitution, the final one for Nashville. And Darnell King's going to come in for Kimura, who was another one of those good physical hustlers.
Absolutely. Very solid performance from Kosuke Kimura for Nashville. He put in a shift tonight, was all over, Elliot Collier and Brandon Allen and some of those guys up top for 901 FC. Really good shift for Kimura, but once again, Nashville won't lose much with Darnell King coming in. King also starts a lot of games, and he's a speedster, very fast, physical player, another veteran. So Gary Smith using up all substitutions in this game, and he's poised to close this game out for his team.
Trying to get it inside. A lot of physical play as always, hoping that Memphis could get a goal, a Chick-fil-A goal here late in the game. Mentioned a little earlier, this is a busy stretch for Memphis at home. After this one, on Saturday, the New York Red Bulls will be here. Then a week later, Ottawa in town.
That means it does not get any easier,
No.
Dave.
Playoff teams.
Playoff teams.
Lindley.
It's a fantastic ball.
Oof.
It's another really good ball once again from Cam Lindley. Another set piece. He's got to be almost in double digits now in set pieces, Dave, and basically all of them but one have been right on the money. Tantalizing balls thrown into the thick of things as Uchella will take this one, but will go short.
Grandison measures. Kunga. And cleared away.
No space at all for Lagos Kunga.
You get Mark Birch back, the accumulation of yellows will be over. That'll be helpful.
Yeah, that was a really tough part of that postponement of that Charleston game.
Right.
Dave, I thought, you know, if he could sit out that game but then be available for selection for this game, well, not be available for selection, of course he would have started in this game, you know. Not saying that, you know, 901 FC would win this game, but maybe it could look a lot different. He brings a lot to the back line and leadership qualities overall, so that some of those mistakes that were made by 901 FC might not have been made if Mark Birch was available.
Well, he would have been in the back, and maybe they wouldn't have gotten that counter, especially the one that Rios scored early in this second half that really took the fire out of Memphis.
Exactly. You said it earlier, Dave, and I wanted to touch on it. The counterattack, you know, where guys were kind of slow getting back, and probably a little bit of being unorganized on the set piece where Oxford scored, you know, in a crucial part at the end of that first half. You know, those are two crucial moments in the game where, you know, leadership does make a big difference in games like these.
That one off the head of Belmar. It'll be Memphis ball in the final 5 or 6 minutes here at AutoZone Park. Memphis hoping to pick up their 4th win. They would have loved to do it against this Nashville rival team from down I-40. A team that's gearing up for the MLS, but they were just too big and physical today, and they took advantage. Memphis may have been a little worn down there toward the end of the first half, and then the second half, again, the distraction when you thought maybe there was a hand goal on a pretty good attempt by Memphis and didn't get back.
And that's the name of the game, you know, two mental lapses at the end of the first half, and then not getting back, you know, in the second half on the goal by Rios. And you know, Nashville, they're extremely efficient and they're ruthless, and they finished off both of those chances. So, you know, that's where we are now, 2-0 with about 5 minutes left. It's gonna, you know, if 901 FC hopes at a draw in this game, you know, you'd have to think they'll have to score a goal at least within the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, how different might it have been had the Brandon Allen goal counted in the first 9 minutes of this match? Had that stood up and they called it offsides, which we've still yet to see, this might be a different game. Well, it'll be interesting to hear what Tim Alqueen has to say about that when they take a good look at the replay.
I completely agree with you. You know, the game could look a lot different. You know, you'd have to think that the crowd would be more into it and the players would have a little bit more energy and pep to their step, but you know, it doesn't always work like that.
Yeah, it'll be Memphis ball. Oh, I'm sorry. And we got some pushing and shoving.
See a little bit of frustration brewing between Cam Lindley and Carlton Belmar. You saw Cam Lindley took a bit of a swing. I think he was going after the ball, of course. You know, you'd have to assume that. You know, Cam Lindley's not a dirty player. He was looking to clear the ball out. And might have almost caught Belmar, and Belmar took exception to it.
Well, I think Belmar took exception to having his jersey grabbed. He just showed him there's a big hole in it. And still finger pointing and talking. But now Lindley just trying to get him all worked up.
Yeah, Alejandro Mariscal trying to calm things down, and you know, I think Belmar has a bit of a case there. You know, he didn't like the fact that, you know, his ankles were maybe in jeopardy there. You know, he's a good player, and no player wants to be put in danger. So Mariscal will try to get control of this game.
Alejandro Mariscal has gotten cramps from writing, and he's going to give the yellow card to Belmar. And Belmar going back to showing him the hole in the jersey.
Yeah, and I think deservedly so. Belmar, he's got a right to protect himself, but he did react pretty strongly, and he did put his hands on maybe a couple players, and when that happens, usually there needs to be a yellow card to try to get control of the game and not let this thing get out of hand.
4 yellow cards now, 2 on both sides in the match. And Nashville with a kick-in. Coogan clears it away. And Graf with some good footwork.
Yeah, it's good hold-up play by Jochen Graf. First couple of touches of this game so far.
Hauser Ramsey will play it behind him. And we've come to the end of regulation. We'll get the number on the extra time as Pickens dives to get that ball. That was a good job by Graf. And we're getting +7 for the stoppage, the injury that Rios suffered, and this latest brouhaha.
Yeah, good amount of stoppage time. That's a considerable amount of time to at least keep hope. If you can get a goal, first of all, keep Nashville out of your own net. But if you can get a goal in the first couple of minutes of this stoppage time, who knows what can happen in this game, and things can happen very quickly. We've seen a goal this year in stoppage time that won it. Remember? Charleston in the 93rd minute knocked off Memphis 1-0. Absolutely. Unfortunately, it was for on the opposite side for 901 FC, and it was still a 0-0 game. This would be the borderline a miracle, for 901 FC to pull this one off, to even get a draw. But stranger things have happened. Uccello, no one there. You can see Nashville sitting back, all 11 of their players behind the ball in their own defensive half. Clearly offside for Dan Metzger. You just have to regroup because you got a game in 3 days. You're exactly right. You're going to have a short memory, and you're going to have to drink a lot of fluids and take care of your body, and there's going to need to be some squad rotation because there's going to be games about every 3 days for a little bit coming up here. So you're going to have a short memory after this one. And this is like going from the frying pan into the fire. The Red Bulls are 19-11. They've scored a whole bunch. Oh yeah, 8 goals. They put up 8 goals in their last game. I'm sorry, they're 11-4-4. It's incredible. Yeah, fantastic record. Second in the East, only behind Tampa. That is 11-1 with 7 draws. So it does not get any easier. This is a very tough stretch for Memphis 901 FC. It's now officially, by the way, the halfway mark of the season when this thing is concluded. It's a good idea from Lebo Maloto, you can see what he's trying to do, trying to touch it around Josh Morton with the cheeky touch, but couldn't quite keep that within play. Here's Josh Morton. About 4 minutes left in this one. And it's tough, but you got to go the other way. Oh yeah. It's kind of sloppy play from 901 FC there. Leads to another counterattack for Nashville. Oof. Oh, and a nice comeback to it. Saved by Levine. And we've got a cramp. And I believe that's Cam Lindley. And he's getting help from Doyle. From Liam Doyle. Liam Doyle finally choosing to not hurt the 901 FC players. You know, he's had a fantastic game. Nothing dirty, of course, but it's just been a huge pain in the side of 901 FC, as there was two really important touches. The first one from Hauser Ramsey, so that the ball did not get slotted to Rios, and then another brilliant save from Scott Levine, so that it's not an own goal for Hauser Ramsey.
Very, very close to it. Didn't mean to. Had the right idea, but very tantalizingly close for Nashville.
Yeah, that ball, you know, a couple of inches away from being 3-0 for Nashville, and definitely not something that you want if you're 901 FC heading into your next game.
Pretty good crowd stayed here for this. It was a great crowd to begin the day.
Absolutely. It's been a beautiful night for soccer.
Pickens will settle, and we're still a couple minutes away. As you looked at this, what is Tim Mulqueen going to tell his team about this game as you prepare for New York, a team that's even better than this one? How do you regroup? How do you get your team going again?
I think there's definitely positives to take out of this game. You know, you had, Carlton Belmar will keep this one in, and they'll elect to just kill time in the corner. I think there's definitely positives that you can take away if you're Tim Mulqueen. You know, you had chances in the first half. You had a goal that maybe should have been allowed, that was disallowed. So, you know, I don't think there's any need to really dig in hard to your team and criticize guys, you know, because you got another one coming up against a tough team this weekend. So I think you look at the positives and then you move forward from there to prepare for a tough New York Red Bulls 2 side.
And again, we'll never know, but had that goal been allowed and it's 1-0, it might have been a whole different game.
Yeah, it might have been a whole different game. But, you know, at the same time, you know, you've had chances and you've made mistakes in this game that Nashville has really capitalized off of. So, you know, it's I do understand, you know, and unfortunately for 901 FC, they've had several tough breaks this season in terms of goals being disallowed that might have changed the course of a game. But, you know, that's going to happen in a season, and you're going to have to bounce back.
Or late goals in a half.
Or late goals.
In a game.
Exactly.
I get the sense that happens with expansion teams.
It does. You know, it happens with expansion teams and young teams. You know, when you have young players, you know, during crucial moments of the game, sometimes, you know, you can lose focus, whereas veterans, they know those times to pick in the game. They know the important times of when there needs to be a goal or when there needs to not be a goal, you know, defensively. So, you know, these are things that you know, at the midpoint of the season that 901 FC still has to learn, and I think they will learn those things.
Here is a look inside, and coming back was Hauser Ramsey to save the day. And we are getting to the point where this thing is just about over. And there it is. So 901 FC now falls to 3-9-5 on the year. They do not get a point. 3 more points for Nashville. They now are 9-5-5. They've got 32 points. That moves them into 4th place in the East. Brandon Allen against his old team. A little bit of frustration and fatigue on 901 FC. We'll break it down one last time when we return to AutoZone Park. Once again, your final, Nashville SC 2 and the Memphis 901 FC 0. Here we go. 2-0 Nashville over 901 FC. Hasn't dampened the spirits, though, of the Mafia. They love their team, and it's just a matter of time before 901 turns this whole thing around. Time to name the Buff City Soap Man of the Match, and that'll be this man getting the trigger ready, Cam Lindley.
I thought Cam Lindley was definitely a bright spot for 901 FC. As time and time again, he whipped in some gorgeous balls, offset pieces, whether that was corner kicks or free kicks, and you could see him just picking out players, easily. This is the strength of his game. He's got an unlimited passing range. Unfortunately, nobody for 901 FC could get on the end and put the ball in the back of the net and get balls on target, but Cam Lindley, well-deserved Buff City man of the match.
And a little scuffle at the end. I thought he got the better of that, too. He is the Buff City Soap Man of the Match. Congratulations. He's doing the same thing. Congratulating himself, Cam Lindley. Final look at all these numbers. You might recall Memphis had won the statistical battle in the first half, but they did not have the lead at the break. They were down 1-0, and I'm curious to see what these numbers are going to be like.
Yeah, no, I as you can see, they're really similar to what they were in the first half. Once again, 901 FC, dominated, did well with possession and total passes. 440 passes completed. That's incredible, and won the shot battle and everything. But I think, this went exactly to Gary Smith's plan. He said, we'll concede possession and, we'll give them possession. They can move the ball around the back line all they want. But, when we have the ball, we're going to be direct. We're going to counterattack, and we're going straight to goal. And that's what they did, and they were extremely efficient.
Just a couple of moments that didn't work. A goal disallowed, and then end of the first half a mistake. Second half start, a little distraction. You thought maybe there was something on your offensive side, didn't get back, and Rio with the quick counter, and that will do it. So they're happy, those Nashville fans who made the trip down to I-40. Not so happy if you're a Memphis fan. Again, 3, 8, and 5, and you've got the second best team in the league, New York, coming on Saturday. Plenty of tickets available for that. That is for sure. So Memphis will regroup. Nashville now in 4th place. Your final here in AutoZone. 2-0 for J.J. Greer. I'm Dave Woloshin. Have a great night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.